I want you to ask yourself, how is it that a baby can live in a mother's womb in a bag of water and the baby don't suffocate and the baby don't die, but the baby is living inside of his mother's womb, inside of a bubble, inside of a bag that contained nothing but liquid all over. And the baby never choke. The baby is still breathing. The baby can cough. The baby can do all types of things, but is living in a bag of water inside of the mother, right? And then when the bag breaks, the fluid leaves, and then the baby is ready to be delivered. And then once the baby get delivered through the mother, the baby is now in an atmosphere where it no longer needs water. It's in a different atmosphere. Now, I want y'all to look at us as human beings right now. We are living whereas though we have a firmament that is above us. And every time when we look at these spaceships, we see that these spaceships, when they go all the way up in the sky, that it is basically driving and sailing on water. And then when we look below us, we are living basically on sea level where it's nothing but water. And then we are told that 70% of our bodies is indeed, in fact, water. Now, if a baby can live in his mother's womb for 9.5 months inside of water, and we are now realizing that 70% of our bodies is nothing but water, and we are living in a womb full of water where we can still breathe, we can still eat, we never choke, and we never die. Eventually, this womb has to open. This bag has to break. And when this bag breaks, a lot of beings is going to come out of this womb. And it is going to be in a new atmosphere where it won't be underwater anymore. It's going to be in a totally new atmosphere. I want y'all to think about that. Because I think about weird stuff all the time. But I always hear people talk about how is it that babies can live inside of their mother inside of a bag and they never choke and they breathing in liquid. They know that breathing in liquid throughout their whole body is nothing but liquid. How can they breathe and live like that for 9 months? Ask yourself, well, how can you live and breathe? Because you know Earth is very dense. Earth is a very dense earth. Earth is nothing but water. Where do you think the cloud comes from? Nothing but water. We are living in water. Breathe in. You are breathing in water. You are breathing in oxygen from water. It's just that the air that we are breathing and the water that we are breathing in is the wrong kind of water. We're not supposed to be breathing in oxygen. Breathe it in. It's the wrong kind of air. Now, if we were breathing in the right air, every time when you breathe, you will feel life running all through your veins. When you breathe in this air, you don't feel anything. Because we are not under the right atmosphere. We are not breathing in the right air. And this is what the beings did to us when they invaded this planet. When they invaded this planet, they recreated man in their image. This is why after they claimed that Adam and Eve bit the apple, they got rid of Adam and Eve by punishing them, and they cut the tree of life down. And they said that we are going to make man in our image. So what they did was, when they cut the tree of life down and they punished Adam and Eve, they not only cut the tree of life down, but they had to recreate man, because Adam and Eve wasn't the only one in the Garden of Eden. It was many other people that was in the Garden of Eden also. It's just that Adam and Eve were the only two together at that time to eat from the tree of knowledge, from the tree of truth. So what they did was to make sure that no one else in the Garden of Eden ever get the knowledge of truth. They cut the tree down. They got rid of the serpent. They punished Adam and Eve, and they recreated all the people that was in that town. They recreated them and made them more into their image. So they would never have the knowledge that that tree ever exists. Now look at life for what it is right now. You got a lot of people that is waking up, and they are being disobedient. They have actually bitten the apple of truth, the apple of knowledge, and now they know the truth. So what they doing is that they have to recreate man, and they have to get rid of those beings that now know the truth. And they got to get rid of the truth. And they got to recreate man more in their image. That goes for all the millions of people that is on this earth. They got to recreate man again in their image. So those people won't have no recollection of the people that found out the truth. This is why AI is taking over. Because they are going to make man into AI. And these people that is about to give their bodies, that is about to voluntarily give their bodies to AI, they won't have no recollection of the truth ever existed. They won't have no recollection that the truth was ever revealed. Because the beings that created the lie, they got rid of the beings that knew the truth. And they got rid of the truth. Now they got to see everything that's going on right now, that is going on right now in year 2025 and beyond, has already happened. It is written. So we are only going back to the Adam and Eve days. We are only going back to the Garden of Eden days. See, the being that controls this whole dimension, all they doing is recreating man to be in their image. They are recreating the man to be more obedient, to be more consumed into what they want them to know. Because right now you got too many people, too many humans that are waking up knowing the truth. Just like Adam and Eve, they woke up to know the truth. So they had to banish them, and they had to get rid of the truth. So right now, the truth is being revealed. And you got a lot of people on this planet that see the truth for what it is, and they can recognize it because they got the fruit of truth inside of them. They got that apple inside of them. So they know the truth when they see it. So they got to get rid of those beings that knows the truth, and they got to get rid of the truth itself. And the ones that's still blind, that don't know, that's not paying attention, they got to recreate them. They got to recreate them. They got to upgrade them. So they won't have no recollection that the truth was even right there. So even though the tree of life was right there, everybody in the Garden of Eden wasn't even paying that tree of life no mind. They were so busy living their lives doing them. But Eve noticed it and told Adam to eat from it. So now Adam and Eve know the truth. So before Adam and Eve can get to the other people and tell them the truth, they got rid of Adam and Eve and got rid of the tree. And said, now we got to make man in our image, because we can't keep them that way, because that wasn't the only tree that had the truth on it. It's just that Adam and Eve ran across one tree, but it was many trees that had the forbidden fruits on them. It was not just one. So they had to cut all the trees down. This is why if you look at life for what it is, they cut all the trees down and they made male trees. And now they got to provide us with the fruit. They got to provide us with the water. They got to provide us with the food, because they can control it. This is why all of our food is poison. And they provide it. You understand? So we are basically still in the same timeline. We just don't know it because we die and get in different bodies. But we are still in the Garden of Eden. It's just that when we get into new bodies, we forget. But the Garden of Eden is right here.